It's allergy time and a lot of pollen in the air. And my new and improved, not so improved voice. Anyway, good to have you back this week. It's springtime and kids go outside. And there's play sets. Parents buy them the play sets. Hopefully that the kids will go outside and play and get some exercise and enjoy the beautiful weather. The play sets are typically made out of wood. They're sitting in the middle of your backyard. And whenever you go to cut your grass, or your landscapers or yourselves go to trim the grass, those sets get just shredded. And you've probably spent $2,000 or $3,000, maybe $4,000 on them. And the last thing you need is those things to fall over. And if you have a family with 3 or 4 kids, you need that thing to last for 12 years. And then maybe even resell it later. Protecting them is a question we get a lot. The problem is all these sets are different. Most of the lumber is not sourced, sadly, from the States. And you've got lumber sizes that are all over the map. So typically it's sourced from Asia, and certainly they work in metric. They don't work in imperial. So 2x4 isn't a 2x4. That said, a 2x4 hasn't been a 2x4 probably since 1960. Let's measure their wood. And this is a 2x4. And what do you get? You get 3.5. And if you look over here, you've got 1.5. It's really important because when you're planning your fence armor purchase online, think of it as Lego. You've got all of these pieces here. The Uni, the Pro Series, the Demi, the 3-inch series, all of these components that will allow you to fix up your play set, protect it. Every set's a little different. Use the components that are there to make it work for you. The other thing you have on your play set is angles. So for the swing portion, typically there's angles that come up to a main rail and the swings hang down from there. So what do you do in a case like that? Well, you could stack Demis, right? And if you put one here and just take a rubber mallet with a piece of wood, you can put this so that is sticking in the ground. And then the next one would be stacked up here. And the next one, if you wanted to go 3 high. So that'll give you that protection, as it were, and you have that stack. That's a great way to cover it. Or a Pro Series. Pro Series could also do the trick for you. So you'd be in the ground like that. That would be here, and there's your stack. You're now having the Pro Series set up at an angle. And in fact, you could slide one down further from the other if you wanted to. So you see there's a gap. Fold them down together, you'll have that gap. So what do? Just take some black caulk or brown, whatever color you got, and you can put it up into the gap area, or even put it on the fence armor inside before you squeeze it together, and that'll prevent any light from coming down so you don't get the grass coming up through it. You know, if there's a gap in here, grass is going to come up. There's nothing you can do. You know, 5/4 board, you wouldn't use a full version of fence armor because the sides are so small, but you can use a Demi, and you can use another Demi on the other side, and now you'd have both sides covered. Then you also have the Unis in a set of 4. So there are 4 pieces here. But if you had just a corner to take care of, you could just use one piece. So like at the bottom of the play sets, there's often like a sandbox in that area. So you could use 4, whether 3-inch high or 6-inch high, of these, and now you've covered the whole sandbox. So one set would take care of that whole area. So on average, I mean, you're less than $100, and you've got the whole play set protected and looking great. Then we've got the rock wall. Let's say that bottom angled rock wall / rope wall, whatever we're going to call this. It gets pretty damaged up here too. Other than Le Chateau's kit, we don't have one made up. If you're a manufacturer and you're watching this, reach out to us. We'll build one for you. But you can use the fence armor on the corners because that's where the real damage happens. And across the front, you can have that landscape border to prevent the damage on the front board. Great way to protect your play sets. And certainly you can always reach out, and if you want to send pictures and need some help over the phone, we actually have a phone number, 888-289-5617. And somebody from Florida or Tennessee or New York or Canada will answer the phone. We've got all the components necessary to make those sets look fantastic and last a long, long, long time. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time from us and the Fence Armor team and our social media kids. We love you guys, and thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe, and hope we see you next week.